Welcome back, my friends. Homebuilder sentiment drops for the 12th straight month. If you follow this channel, I am sure that this news no longer comes as a surprise. Homebuilder sentiment dropped for the 12th straight month to the lowest level since 2012, according to the National Association of Home Builders. Of course, the Homebuilder Sentiment Index is calculated regionally. And it was strongest in the Northeast and weakest in the West. Pandemic-era boomtowns are mainly in the Mountain West. And home prices are generally highest in the West. Most home builders are now using incentives to encourage sales. Mortgage rate buy-downs. Paying points for buyers. And offering price reductions. Homebuilder sentiment in the single-family home market fell 8 points to 38 in October from the previous month. That drop comes after falling 3 points in September. This according to the National Association of Home Builders, Wells Fargo Housing Market Index. Now, over 40% of new home prices are discounted. Rising interest rates have caused homebuilder confidence to tank. The average interest rate on the 30-year fixed mortgage was a little below 7% this week. That rate was 3% at the beginning of this year. Persistent inflation is causing higher costs for labor and materials. Higher costs for land are driving up development costs. So, new home builders are caught in a market squeeze. Redfin CEO Glenn Kelman is predicting the biggest U.S. housing crash since the Great Recession. Sensing that home prices are in free fall, home buyers are now pulling back from the market. But, is this just a market correction? Or, is this a housing crash? What does this mean for new home development? What does this mean for the future of the economy? And, what does it mean for the future of the United States? But, before we get into that, please press the like button and leave us a comment below. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos. Homebuilders were less confident about their business in December. Builder sentiment for single-family houses fell 2 points to 31 in December. This is based on the National Association of Home Builders, Wells Fargo Housing Market Index. When the index is below 50, it is considered negative. This is the 12th straight month of declines in the index. And it is the lowest reading since mid-2012. The index was 84 in December of 2021. What a difference a year makes. The silver lining in this HMI report is that it is the smallest drop in the index in the past 6 months, said Robert Dietz, chief economist for the National Association of Home Builders. That indicates that we are possibly nearing the bottom of the cycle for builder sentiment, Dietz continued. Mortgage rates are down from above 7% in recent weeks. Actually, mortgage rates have fallen a little even as the Federal Reserve is raising interest rates. This week, mortgage rates were about 6.3%. The index has 3 components. Current sales conditions fell 3 points to 36. Buyer traffic was unchanged at 20. But sales expectations in the next 6 months increased 4 points to 35. The NAHB continues to blame high mortgage rates. Even though mortgage rates have dropped a little recently, they are about double what they were a year ago. So, generally, houses are less affordable in general. Home builders are caught in something of a squeeze. They are cutting prices. But, they are having a hard time cutting prices to the levels needed to make brisk sales. NAHB is expecting weaker housing conditions to persist in 2023, and we forecast a recovery coming in 2024, Dietz also said. Don't forget about the existing nationwide housing deficit of 1.5 million units, continued Dietz. And, actually, we are expecting lower mortgage rates anticipated with the Fed easing monetary policy in 2024, said Dietz. The index is also calculated regionally. The Northeast declined 3 points to 48. The Midwest fell 3 points to 41. The South declined 7 points to 49. And the West dropped 7 points to 34. The U.S. housing market is in the midst of a deep recession that could put pressure on the Federal Reserve to ease up on interest rate hikes, a prominent economist warned on Monday. The ongoing housing recession shows no signs of abating, said Robert Dietz, chief economist for the National Association of Home Builders. In this soft market, more than half of the builders in our survey reported using incentives to bolster sales, including mortgage rate buy-downs, free amenities and price reductions, Dietz added. For the past 5 years, home buyers were typically having to pay over listing price and compete in a bidding war. But now, the average home in the United States is selling for less than its list price. Despite all of the publicity about a housing market crash, home prices are still higher than a year ago. Redfin noted that larger West Coast cities like San Francisco and Los Angeles are sensing the greatest impacts on house prices. Many real estate markets are seriously overpriced. Boise, Idaho is 72% overvalued. Austin, Texas is 67% overvalued. Ogden, Utah is 64% overvalued. Las Vegas, Nevada is 61% overvalued. Atlanta, Georgia is 58% overvalued. Phoenix, Arizona is 57% overvalued. Provo, Utah is 57% overvalued. Housing prices are falling in many U.S. cities. But how far will they go? Experts predict that house prices could fall by up to 25% over the next few months. The median listing price of a house in the United States peaked in June at $450,000. Homebuilders are having to offer aggressive discounts. And they are canceling new building projects. Housing developers are seeing the pace of new home site visitors is slowing down. Customers are canceling contracts. Homebuilders are reverting to their typical playbook for economic downturns. Step 1. Offering incentives like mortgage rate buy-downs. If that doesn't work, then Step 2. Begin to cut prices until their unsold inventory has been sold. If that doesn't work, then Step 3. Unload the houses wholesale to institutional investors at a hefty discount. These institutional investors don't just want markdowns in the 10% ballpark. They are demanding 20% and 30% price cuts, said Ali Wolf, chief economist at Zonda. With the current average 30-year fixed mortgage rate at 6.28%, people are still buying some homes. And with mortgage rates down from recent highs, the bottom for housing demand might be in the rearview mirror. So, some institutional investors might be ready to pull the trigger, Wolf said. What we're hearing now is that some investors, because mortgage rates have come down, they're afraid that primary buyers are going to come back into the market, Wolf continued. Some institutional buyers are rushing in to buy houses in bulk. But there are three big reasons why homebuilding giants are selling to investors now. First, the ongoing housing correction has intensified recently. Second, home buyer cancellations have spiked to 26%. Third, they are anticipating a weak housing market in the spring. Add it all up and builders are discounting faster and making sweeter deals to investors who can buy in bulk. Remember, homebuilders still have a huge number of homes in their inventory. That includes single-family and multifamily, in the somewhere in the building pipeline. Builders are eager to get this backlog sold before construction is even finished. I expect the historic pipeline of unfinished homes to continue to depress new home prices, said Wolf. That will continue at least through the first half of 2023, Wolf continued. But once standing inventory has been cleared and the pipeline is under control, the pressure on new home prices should ease up, Wolf also noted. Just how many of these homes will go to institutional investors? It's hard to say. Investment companies such as Blackstone have said they intend to continue to grow their real estate portfolios. Some institutional buyers have also temporarily moved to the sidelines. They see the ongoing housing correction as a falling knife that is hard to catch. Take Blackstone-owned Home Partners of America, for example. They are one of the country's largest private landlords. Home Partners of America stopped buying single-family homes in 38 U.S. regional housing markets. Blackstone and Starwood both moved to limit withdrawals from their real estate funds. That is because redemption requests from investors are also spiking. Which means that the shareholders in these institutional funds do not see housing as such a great investment right now. And this will affect their plans for future real estate investments. The housing downturn has homebuilders scrambling to move their existing inventory. But it does not mean doomsday for builders. Just look at the share prices of the largest homebuilders. While major homebuilders are all down from their 2022 highs, they're still well above their January 2020 share price. D.R. Horton is up 72.9% since January 1, 2020. Lennar Plus is up 67.4%. Toll Brothers is up plus 30.2%. NVR is up 28.5%. And Pulte Group is up 21.8%. During the same period, the S&P 500 index rose 22.5%. Homebuilder sentiment for the U.S. single-family home market has now fallen dramatically. Right now it is only half of what it was just 6 months ago. As you know if you follow the news and watch this channel, inflation is raging in most countries of the world. Central banks in most countries are aggressively raising interest rates to fight inflation. As a result, lending rates of all types are increasing. That includes mortgages. This could lead to the perfect storm that culminates in a foreclosure crisis. A housing could have devastating ramifications for tens of thousands of Americans. On the positive side, this could be an opportunity for first-time home buyers. And broad pessimism could lead to a quick market recovery, economists say. But, what do you think? Please press the like button and leave us a comment below. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos. Please share this video on social media. Thank you for watching.